Welcome to Living Magically. I'm Michelle Orwick, your host, and this week, June 3rd, we have a powerful sky alignment. This week starts out with the planet parade. And what does that mean? It means that there's 6 planets lined up in the sky. It started early this morning, June 3rd, and it still should be visible tonight and into tomorrow morning. But what is more important for us on a soul level is that this rare alignment is just that. Everything's coming into alignment. And so when that happens, that's going to bring personal transformation. Everything's aligned. Like, when don't we want to say, my life is all aligned? This is what I want you to think about, because I've heard a lot of people going through so much, and we've all been trying to get into that inner cave, that inner heart that is soul seeking. And with all this energy in Gemini is going to ask you to go inward to come outward. Go inward and then share it outward. It definitely wants you to align with your core mind, your innermost being, the center of your heart. And when that's happening, it might be uncomfortable because you're going to have to use your voice. And that means you're going to have to ask for what you want. You're going to have to share those things that we have often sort of hid behind. When we're in this position, we're holding back, and it feels almost like someone is choking us, like got a hand around our throat. That's actually the exact thing that needs to come to light. So when you are feeling like you're silenced or you have never spoken it into being, I'm just going to say the opportunity with this planetary alignment, and especially with the new moon coming. We have a Venus alignment where Venus and all these other things are moving. Venus is changing its position in the sky, which it does. It goes from a morning star to an evening star, and an evening star to a morning star. And so it's doing that right now, where it's in the shifting in between. We'll talk about that more next week. But here we also have the 6-6 portal. And anytime you have the numerology line up, you've got this time frame to take a pause and look at what the numbers are trying to say, as well as the astrology. And it happens to line up to a new moon in Gemini. So when the moon is new and you have this planetary alignment and you have this new moon, it's trying to tell us something. And that is, do the inner work for the outer transformation. There is more at play than just an accident. I don't believe in accidents. I believe in synchronicities. When we're uncomfortable, I believe we're being pushed. Nothing happens without the voice. The voice is the catalyst. The internal is choice, and the external is voicing it. So that can be asking for what you want, asking for a raise, sharing your ideas to the world. It's really whatever it is you need to do, and you've been holding back on that voice. Now is the time, and the time is now to express that. And that's how you're going to have the expansion. There's major transformation when you have 6 planets lined up like we do. They're in a straight line. That is happening right now, along with all these solar storms. And so it's saying, okay, if the planets are aligned, isn't that the saying that we're always talking about? When the planets align, I will blah, blah, blah. Well, the planets are aligned. What is your will? What is your choice? We're given free agency to use the power of choice. So we have to go out with our voice and with our choice and with our action and with our intent, and we must speak it into being. I'm really, really clear that we must speak into being what we're calling in. So this means chanting, affirmations, just even saying it out loud and calling in this power within ourselves and speaking it to the universe, speaking it into transformation. How many of us have something we've been needing to say to a friend, a family member, a loved one? And I'm going to say this is really important. We must do it from a place of love and kindness rather than a place of anger. If there's a test right now, it is that we must come from love and compassion in using our voice. We must come from a place of inner will transforming peace into love. So this voice that I'm talking about is a peace offering, not a fight. When it has been stored inside of us too long, we want to come at it from a place of rawr. And I'm going to have you come at it from a place of awe and wonder. There is so much lushness in the astrology right now. There's so much opportunity. This is the new moon, and this is probably so good, like so juicy. This new moon, the 6/6 new moon, which has the energy of 12, right, is also the new moon for 6/21's full moon. So the solstice, the summer solstice, the day of the longest day of the year, that power day, is a full moon. So this new moon here, this beginning of the spring and the chirping and the awe of wonder meets up with this full moon, and this full moon is potent, like all your dreams coming true kind of full moon. It's midsummer magic. So how are you starting this entire phase? When I do magic, I think of it as a 3-step. In the dark of the moon, which we are in, it's one of the reasons why we can see this planetary alignment in the sky, is time to do your letting go. So from the 3rd to the late night on the 5th, if there's a chance for you to do a burn ritual or speaking into being what you're letting go, actually release. And I always think that the 3 days, the dark of the moon before the new moon, there is so much potential for letting go. Let go, release, be done with, be complete. And remember that this isn't spiritual bypassing. We want to actually forgive. We want to actually accept. We want to actually be at peace in our heart. And as that dark moon finishes and starts a new phase, and it's really potent, this new moon, it's a new moon with that solstice as its full moon. That's where the magic begins, 6/6. And we're in this portal, and really we start that solstice portal. We start that full moon portal with the new moon. And it's all Gemini all the time right now. This month up until that day is Gemini heaven. And with Jupiter now in Sagittarius, and we're getting this Venus in Gemini, and all of this, we have a Cazimi where there's multiple planets in Gemini. And so this is that place where the duality of internal dialogue, how do we speak to ourselves and how do we speak to the world? How do we speak to the God essence within you? How do you speak to the people you love around you? How do you create that free will and agency into a place where we are creating a synergy of love, a synergy of peace, a synergy of co-creation, a synergy of potential and possibility? Because we're doing that, if we do that, then we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to rise into a new version of us. That's what's happening. And so speak it into being. Be gentle with your requests, but loving and firm. I don't want you to sandwich anything anymore. That will only bottle up inside of us and create disorder in our lives and resentment inside our hearts. And it's time. It's past time, but really it's time to let go of the old resentment, the old story. Gemini is all about writing a new story, a new way of being, creating with our voice, with our imagination, with our co-creation and our communication, a new way of being. So it's very exciting, and yet it's an opportunity that does take a little bit of effort and a little bit of work. As you've always heard me say, and maybe if you're new to me on this channel, maybe this is the first time you're hearing it, or maybe you're only ready to hear it now. The tool for magic and transformation is choice. Nothing starts happening in the universe, in this timeline, in the place with law of attraction, until you've made a choice and actually start asking for it. Start putting it out there. This is what I want. This is what I choose. This is the moment where I align with my desire. That starts at the moment of choice. And speaking it into being is part of making that choice known. That is where that declaration becomes part of the co-creation. And I know choice seems like we don't have a lot of choice, but if you're just letting everything happen to you, it will happen to you instead of for you. When you are in alignment, as the stars have aligned literally today, there's no more aligned with the universe than we have right now. When the stars have aligned, we speak it into being, and this creates the magic of the beginning of form, the magic of the beginning of what we're doing, and the magic of creating what we desire. And if you are ready for a deep dive into this, I have created, and I've been doing these for a while now, but I'm taking it up a notch. I have created a VIP extravaganza, and this is a one-day experience with me. I am literally only going to be doing one of these at a time. So I'm opening my books for one VIP extravaganza where you work with me to change your beliefs, and it's fun. It's not this hard, horrible, I think a lot of times we think of change as having to be hard. It's actually very playful, very fun, very transformative. We break through whatever little piece needs to be broke through in the magic. We do some play, we do some anointing, we do some expansiveness, and we get you aligned with your true heart's desire. So I have one of those VIP days available right now, and once it's gone, that book closes, just like the VIP coaching was available last week, and now we're moving into a VIP specialty day. So let me know if you're the one that this very special day is meant for. And in the meantime, if you're on YouTube or watching this as a podcast, please like and subscribe. That helps me a great deal. Share this with your friends. That would mean the world to me. So in that same Gemini expansiveness, I am asking to please share this with your friends, and be sure to let me know by commenting if this is helpful, because that'll help the algorithm and that'll help me get to more people. So that's me voicing into being what I need from you, and my gratitude. I am so grateful to all of you, and the comments that I get and the messages that I get. It makes my day when I hear that something I've said really resonates with you. So if you hear something and you're like, I needed to hear this today, please make that a comment. That little thing that costs you nothing can mean the world to me and the algorithm of getting this message out there. We're at a point in human history where we are changing the world, and it seems on an outside appearance like maybe the world is at more chaos than it's ever been. And my actual answer is maybe the chaos is actually the breakthrough that is necessary. I see miracles every day. I see people having breakthroughs every single day. And I know that we're on the timeline that is creating new earth. If you need help to be part of that change, if you're ready to be part of the timeline of new earth and you would like to work with me on that, please reach out, send me a private message, and we'll have a conversation about how that might be possible for you. In the meantime, just watch out. I have some new fun offerings. We're going to be teaching a class on the chakras and how they align to the different energy centers / temples on the Nile of Egypt. So me and my friend Noha are going to be doing that starting out in July. I've got a beautiful oil temple next week for midsummer, preparation for midsummer. If you happen to be in Orlando, we'll be in Altamont Springs at the center of the heart to do an oil temple and sound healing with Patrick. And like I said, if there's anything I can do, please reach out and we can make a custom package just for you. In the meantime, use your voice, create your vision, align like the planets, because now is the time and the time is now to speak it into being, write it into being, be part of the new earth. 3 days from now on 6/6 and that new moon, and 3 days forward, we're going to be in that true communication alignment to bring forward speaking your dreams into being. So with that, live magically, and I'll see you again next week.